It's Computex! Ah! Which means the tech news is flowing forth in an irrepressible torrent, threatening to drown all other tasks I had hoped to accomplish today. In layman's terms, there's a lot of tech news. So buckle up. Alright, first off, I just realized I'm wearing the same sweater that I wore on Friday. Anyways, for real first off, the review embargo went up for the GTX 1070, so everyone from our good friends at Hardware Canucks to small underdog channels like Linus Tech Tips have released reviews. It won't surprise anyone that the 1070 beats the 970 handily, but it also performs significantly better than the 980 and even edges out the 980 Ti and Titan X, especially in DX12 compatible games. Wowza! And all this for an MSRP of $379 for custom vendor cards, $449 for Founders Edition cards. It is going to be very interesting to see what AMD has up its sleeve with Polaris. And if this Computex demo is anything to go by, they might still have a trick or two. AMD showed off an RX 480, not sure why the X is there, but okay, running Doom at 1440p very comfortably. They used a 1080p monitor, but the game was using virtual super resolution to downscale from 1440p to 1080p. Are you guys holding out hope that AMD will release a high-end GPU with Polaris, or has NVIDIA stolen the top-performing GPU slots for now, once again? That sentence didn't make a ton of sense, but leave a comment below. I'm on 2 hours of sleep. Alright, time for the real tech news barrage to start, organized by vendor. Here we go! Asus held a big old press conference and showed a ton of new products, but the most interesting by far was the Zenbos robot. If this charmingly cringy video is any indication, it can move freely around your house, recognize faces and give relevant info and reminders, receive verbal commands, entertain children, and can even be used to purchase stuff online. Man, its voice sounds so dorky though.
Player, I have a reminder for you.
Moving on, a new Zenfone lineup was announced with the baseline Zenfone 3, the upgraded Zenfone 3 Deluxe, and the more souped-up Zenfone 3 Ultra. Now, the ZenBook 3 is a notebook with a body very similar to Apple's new MacBook, complete with only a single USB-C port and audio jack, but it can cram a Core i7 1TB SSD and 16 gigs of memory, so you got that, but still, although it does come with a USB hub, by default, so that's not the worst. Asus's new Transformer 3, Transformer 3 Pro, and Transformer Mini are Surface Pro style productivity tablets with USB-C ports, and they even support Asus XG Station 2 external graphics for gaming. That's pretty cool. Speaking of gaming, Asus showed off a beefed up Rampage 5 Edition 10 motherboard, ROG Swift 24-inch G-Sync 180Hz gaming monitor, and an upgraded version of their GX800 water-cooled gaming laptop and G31 gaming desktop. More interesting, of course, was the Avalon modular concept PC case. Of course, PCs are already modular, but the Avalon takes the wires and fiddling out of the equation with slide-in modules. A custom motherboard even has swappable I/O backplates for different connectivity options. I don't know, this might look like another Project Christine. We all know how that turned out. Asus also announced their Disegno line, I think I'm saying that right, of Pro monitors, a 16:9 27-inch model and a 34-inch ultra-wide, both with USB Type-C and Qi charging built in. And lastly, they made a mobile VR headset for phones, so no surprise there. But it does have leather straps, so get excited. On to MSI. They gave us a closer look at their backpack PC for VR. Apparently the unit's CPU and GPU can be upgraded. It weighs 4.5 kilograms and has a battery rated for 90 minutes of VR gaming. They've also got their own fancy version of NVIDIA's new high bandwidth SLI bridges to increase the GTX 1080's dual SLI performance. Strangely, we also got a look at a motherboard from Intel's upcoming 7th Gen 200 series chipset, codenamed Kaby Lake. They say the board will launch in November 2016, so I guess that's when we'll expect more news about a Kaby Lake launch. Alongside a couple new motherboards for AMD's 970A and Intel's X99 chipset, MSI had a custom unnamed CPU cooler on one of their gaming systems. Apparently they still haven't found enough things to put dragons on. They're like the gaming version of Portlandia. Put a dragon on it. All right, next. Gigabyte. They announced the Aero 14, a super thin ultrabook, but it's got a 970M inside, so it's a true gaming ultrabook, unlike the Razer Stealth. Huh. They also had a custom triple slot extreme gaming version of the GTX 1080 meant for VR with extra HDMI ports that can be extended to the front of a case to connect to a VR headset. The new Brix UHD mini gaming barebones PC can either power 4K monitors or 1080p gaming, but not both. And you'll have to install your own memory and storage, but it does look cooler than their previous boxes. And lastly, alongside the new XK700 mechanical keyboard and XP1200M power supply, Gigabyte also showed off an extreme gaming branded PC case with an interesting looking industrial type design. Let's get one of our hands on one of those, eh guys? Okay, yeah, sounds good? No one's in here, except me. Okay, all of those stories were kind of like quick bits, but it's still time for...
Quick bets. Quick bets.
I wasn't sure whether to include this or not, but then the randomness got to me and I giggled. So nice job. Submit a clip of yourself saying quick bits for a chance to get featured on NetLinked. Bitphoenix announced several new cases at Computex: the Aurora, a semi-modular ATX case, the Prodigy Cape, a curved panel model with support for eATX motherboards, the Prodigy Pillow, an MITX case with a transparent hood for displaying the graphics card, and some funny looking legs, and the Trident, a tower with good airflow options. Bitphoenix also announced Mod Time, a platform through which modders can auction components and full cases that they've modded and enter to win prizes while they're doing it. Looks like they're going with a bit of a shotgun approach there. ARM announced the new Cortex A73 CPU and Mali G71 GPU, two new high-end mobile chips that will look to improve VR performance on mobile devices. And Be Quiet showed off their upcoming foray into liquid coolers with the Silent Loop all-in-one CPU coolers. If their other offerings are any indication, they will be exquisite. That was supposed to be German. News sources for all of today's stories can be found in the forum post linked in the description. I've fallen and I can't get up. Except I'm clearly standing, so I guess human beings' limited perception through our five senses can't be trusted. This episode was much too long, so I'm not doing a call out today. We're going straight to the outro. All right, that's it for NetLink Daily, guys. Thanks for watching. Click here to watch more videos. Follow us on social media over here. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this from NCIX. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm actually on 2 hours of sleep, as I said earlier. And going through all this news today has made me require a lengthy nap and also lunch. So I'll have that, but maybe a nap first. Okay, good night. Ugh.